good evening, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Hombre Cave. Hope you guys are having a great night. I'm sorry I didn't get you the full 10 minute. Oh wait, what's going on there? The full 10-minute countdown. Noticed one of my excuse me, one of my that's just stinks. Let's see. Oh well, one of my cabinets lights off, but I had to switch phones because my phone screen died, and so now I have to reset all the apps. So that cabinet's not going to be lit up today. I apologize for that. It's just one of those days today. You're just dealing with a bunch of crap, so you know, sorry guys. And I forgot to start the 10-minute countdown, so we could kind of just hang out for a little bit and wait for more people to show up, because it normally takes about 10 minutes for YouTube to get the message out to everybody that wants to be here, so they know that they're here. But so we'll just start talking to the subscribers that are here right now and see what's going on. So hey Chris, hi from Boston. Get some chowder. Good chowder in Boston. Do you get to pick the waiting music? If so, do you take requests? Yeah, I do get to pick it, but I don't take requests because it has to be royalty-free music. So I have a list that I downloaded that is installed in the music, and I just let it play off the list. So, but no, I can't take any requests. Looking forward to seeing the age. Yes, we're gonna jump on the aging process stuff today, so that's gonna be good. So we're gonna do tasting and stuff on that. Hola, everyone. Hey, Jan. Welcome. Glad you can make it. Hey, Johnny Soto. ¿Qué pasó? What's up with you, my friend? Glad you can make it. Everyone's starting to show up now, which is good. Hey, Ray Elizondo. No worries about the cabinet lights. We're pumped to hear about, yeah, the aging. Well, it's not done yet. Like, it's not the results, but it's just like where it's at so far. So we're going to do that. We're going to jump through and taste on those tonight. So yeah, how about it was a close one. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I just pretty much expect disappointment from them, and that way I'm not disappointed if they win and not surprised if they lose. Yeah, it's, you know, Jerry Jones has got to just get out of it, and they got to dump Dak. They got to get a quarterback that can actually get him there and not throw interceptions and freak out all the time. It's just, it wasn't good. But at least the Bengals, right? Hooday! All my Ohio guys, my Cincinnati guys, hooday! My Bengals are still in it. They're going to be playing this weekend, so that'll be good. Sunday, both games are on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to them putting a whipping on Kansas City, so because they're without their quarterback. So Mahomes is out with an injury. It's going to be the Joe Burrow show, which is going to be great. Hey, Al Martinez, bienvenido, welcome. Glad you can make it tonight to our Tuesday 7 p.m. live from the Hombre Cave episode. And just so you guys, you know, it's Tuesdays and Fridays is when we do the live stream. So the next one will be on Friday. I'm going to be doing a review of the, I don't know if you guys saw the post on Instagram. I got the new Hombre Cave in. This is a new batch, which they did differently. So it just showed up yesterday. So it's going to, I'm going to do the review on that probably tomorrow. I was supposed to have a meeting tomorrow, but I'm probably going to cancel it because I'll probably reschedule it and probably do it tomorrow. And then we'll do the live stream on Friday. We'll talk about this one. And as well as maybe we'll talk about football going into the weekend. So yeah, I know, win or lose, I'm always a Cowboys fan too, but it's just, you know, depressing. It's just depressing. And hola, hi, bienvenido, Al. Glad you can make it tonight. It's all good. My Dolphins aren't much. Yeah. Well, the Dolphins, you guys have had problems with your quarterback getting concussions. I think that guy's like been concussed just about every game of the season. What are my thoughts on toasting and charred barrels? I think they're great. I think they're great for aging. Oh, I just lost my. Like for French oak, I prefer toasted, but for American oak, charred's fine. I'm not really big into charring after it's had the bourbon in it. If you're doing a bourbon thing, just use the barrel as it comes from the distillery, with still the bourbon in it. I'd rather do that than to rechar it. But both are fine. Personal barrels, I'm not a fan of, and I'll tell you not to use the personal barrels because they're just junk. They're not good at all. So I don't recommend doing that at all. It's not. It doesn't turn out good. So. All right, so it looks like we got a good amount of people showed up. So we're going to go ahead and look. Why don't we first start by taking a look at some of these aging projects, right? And jumping into this. I have my pipette. This is what I will use to draw samples out of the bottles and do the tastings. So we'll start. Let's start with the Madeira first. So we did 2 Madeiras, right? We did one with the experimental wood and one with the regular wood. So this is the French oak with a number 3 toast. And this is the French oak number 3 toast with the experimental wood. Hey, EBA 101, you made it. Awesome. Bienvenido, dude. Welcome. Glad you can make it. That's why we do these at 7 o'clock, because so EBA 101 can make them, because otherwise he has to work. The guy works his butt off. He works so hard. So we'll take a little bit of this in the pipette. This is where these things are really cool. So this first one is we'll do a little bit more than that, just so I can taste it. All right, so this one is the French oak experimental wood. All right, so let's see what we get on this one. It's leaving nice legs and tears so far. It's still very strong on the agave. I'm picking up a little bit of vanilla and caramel on it now already. But let's see what we get on this. Wow, that's really it's only been a week right now, and it's got this really strong vanilla and caramel notes to it already. Wow. I get a little bit of the agave and stuff, but it's got a lot, like nice caramel and vanilla notes coming through on it right away. It's like a really almost like a craft caramel melting on your tongue. And it's only been a week. Looking for a paper towel. Hold on a second. Caitlin! Hey, Bug! I didn't grab a paper towel. All right, well, I'll use this, I guess. All right, so that was actually pretty good. I mean, it's for a week, it's pretty rich. And what happens too, though, you have to, once you take the stave out, let it sit. It'll marry and it'll kind of mellow out a little bit. So things are going to be a little bit strong right now to start. But that, I mean, I could probably pull the stave out on that one and it would be really good. But it's really strong caramel vanilla. Really strong. All right, so let's see what this one's like. But that's only a week. I'm like, wow. So that'd be equivalent to 3 months. So a repo. But with new wood, everything's kind of more extreme than like using bourbon barrels and stuff, because all this stuff's been used by the bourbon. But all right, I'm still getting the agave. I'll pour a little bit more in here. All right, so the regular French oak isn't as dramatic as the experimental oak was. That definitely had a lot more of that butterscotch, caramel, vanilla notes that came through on it. Where the non-experimental wood one is darker, but the flavors are just now starting to kind of show up. I get a little bit of the butterscotch on the tongue right now, the creamy butterscotch, and the vanilla and caramel notes that are coming through on it. Little slight bitterness from the wood. I didn't get much of that out of the other one. The other one was more of that just rich butterscotch, caramel, vanilla notes that were coming through on it. So, very interesting. So those are good. I definitely think the experimental one's going to end up being like a lot more complex, or a lot more richer on the notes. Do you have to filter the tequila after aging? No, you don't have to filter it at all. Nope. Not at all. You can just drink it as it is. All right. So that was French oak. Why don't we try an American oak next, right? All right, let's see what we get on this American oak. About how long does it take for the taste to settle after you pull the stave? I just give it a few days, 3 or 4 days. But I mean, I'll taste it immediately when I pull the stave. And then I'll pour a tasting of it, taste it, and then give it a couple days, and then I taste it again, kind of give it a chance to marry and settle a little bit. But normally a couple days. But then, you know, as you drink it more and more and more, you'll notice the flavor changes and stuff. It kind of develops more, just like drinking any aged tequila from any place. Once it opens up and stuff, it gets better, because, you know, when it goes into here, it comes straight out of the barrel. They put it in a plastic tank and seal it, and then they, you know, put it up into the bottling unit and stuff. All right, so this is a Lalo American oak with Blanton's, seasoned in Blanton's. So barely getting a little vanilla in there, a little bit of caramel. It's coming through nicely. This would be a nice repo. It would be a really nice reposado. It still has a lot of the Blanco there. And just a little bit of the age, the wood presence there. So this would be a nice reposado, really. All right, the ATL's in the house. Welcome, Atlanta. All right, so this is Pasote. This is American with Makers 46. Let me finish drinking this. It's interesting that the Lalo already has kind of like a little salted caramel kind of note to it. Which is good. I like it. I may just let the Lalo go another week and just do 2 weeks on that one. I'm actually kind of liking that. All right, so this is Pasote. This is with American Oak with the Makers 46. So we'll try a little bit of this. I'm already picking up nice wood notes on it. Definitely caramel, vanilla, chocolate. Definitely cooked agave there. The wood presence is definitely there. The color on this one's not as dark, but it still has the flavor to it. So this is probably going to end up being like a G4, which I don't know why it didn't pick up more color from the wood, but maybe that explains why a lot of stuff out El Pendillo comes out pretty light. But it smells really good. Definitely getting the cooked agave, the cinnamon bacon spice up front, and then vanilla and caramel. And then this like creamy caramel note that's I love how creamy these things are. You know, it just has this really nice creamy like craft caramel note that just kind of sits on your tongue. I think it also like extends out the finish on it too, because the finish lasts a lot longer than it did before, and I think the oils and stuff from the toasted wood really help that. This is good. This is really good. I could actually drink this one as it is now. It's good. I like it. It would make a really nice. It would make one of the best repos that I'd had. I mean, seriously, it's that good, but not as complex as something like El Luchador. But as a regular standard bourbon barrel repo, it's really good. Chris wants to know when aging, do you just let it sit or do you shake it? No, I just let it sit. It's just been sitting here on the desk. That's really good. So I'll give that one another week, but it's got a really nice rich caramel finish on it. I think the Maker's 46 is helping with that too. I like that a lot. I may have to do this one again. I do have a few bottles of the Pasote. That's really good. So far, all of them are winners. All of them are really good. So they're good after a week. So quite literally, you guys could drop the stave in a bottle, and after a week, be like, "Oh wow, these are really good," and pull the stave out, and then you can easily keep using these staves and give them a couple. Go 1 week on the first one, go 2 weeks on the next one, go 3 weeks on the next one. And you can probably use them 7 or 8 times if you don't use them for very long. But they're really good as they are right now. All right, so this is a Viva Mexico with French oak and soaked in port. So we'll try this one. Ooh. Oh, definitely pick up the grapiness from the port on this. You could set up a time-lapse camera. You definitely could do that. It would change pretty quick. This smells really good. If you love vanilla and caramel flavor, this putting this in a Blanco, you're gonna like become a super fan. You'll probably need to do a subscription with Beyond Barrel Aging Stave, because these are just so rich in vanilla and caramel notes. It's so good. So let's see what we get from this. This is with the French oak with the port. Oh, wow. Yes. Wow. That's good. That's good. So it definitely has the still the cooked agave and stuff from the Blanco, but it's got this beautiful caramel, butterscotch, vanilla notes that come in, mixed with this really sweet grape note as well. That's really good. I'm definitely have to do another one of those. That is good. This one, well, I'm going to give this one another week too. So I don't think I'm going to pull any of these now, but next week I may be pulling staves. I'm going to give them a little more time just to see what happens. But so far they're all very good. I could drink them all as they are right now. Oh, you don't need any guesses. It's French oak, but it's just a very high quality French oak. It's the same kind of French oak that they would use in what he said would be like a $5,000 or actually closer to a $10,000 barrel right now. So if a winery wanted to make a barrel with this wood, it would run them about 10 grand to do that. And so you'd see that used on a wine that sells for, $500+ a bottle. It's a very high-end wood. It's the highest quality wood you can get for barreling. But he wanted me to experiment with it to see what the difference was between that and the regular wood that he gets for staves. So that's why we call it experimental, because we're experimenting with it to see the difference in flavor. So far, I can tell there's a huge difference between the two of them, where it's just like a super rich butterscotch caramel vanilla notes that come through on it already after a week. So it's really good. I noticed a big difference between the two of them. We're going to give them another week. I'm going to give them another week. So next Tuesday, let's check back. I have a feeling I may be pulling the staves out of some of these after 2 weeks. They're that good. All right, good. Sound like a plan? All right, cool. All right, you guys have any questions about any of these things? Go ahead and ask away. That's what I'm here for. I'm really impressed. I mean, they turned out really good. So we'll give them one more week. I'm patient. I don't need to pull them now. But we'll give them one more week. And I think I'll probably pull after 2 weeks. I'll probably pull the Viva Mexico with the port, because that one is outstanding right now. It's really good. And I'll probably pull the Pasote, and I'll let the Lalo and the Madeira ones go a little longer. Probably, we'll see. Yes, they only toast their staves. They tried doing charring, but it didn't work out very well. So they only toast them. Toast them gives you the best results anyways. Better than charring. He charred one for me and one time, and I did put it in a bottle, and it fell apart, and there was pieces of wood floating everywhere. Because that's really what happens when you do that, and then they filter it coming out of the barrel. But I don't think too many people want to filter their tequila coming out of the bottle to get all the charcoal pieces out, because it just gets too soft. So he just does toasting on it, and it really produces amazing results. Oh, the Carrera. No, we have to do the Carrera. Where is the Carrera? Oh, it's right here. Here's the Carrera. I totally forgot about the Carrera. It wasn't on my desk. Thanks for reminding me. All right, let's take a look at the Carrera. So this is Carrera with American oak that was been soaked in sherry. Okay. Wow, that port Viva Mexico is really good. All right, so here's the Carrera. Look at the color on this thing already. Look at that. Let's see, do I have a white piece of paper? Here we go. Just so you can see. Get nice color to it. already. All right, so let's see what we get from this one. I'll do 2 pipettes fill on this one. Oh yeah, no, I definitely would try them out. Would I do long-term Carrera? I don't know. We'll see how it tastes. Waiting on my tequila and staves to arrive any day. Okay, good, good. All right, so let's see what this one's like. Oh, ooh, that smells good. Definitely vanilla and caramel notes are coming through with the agave. Wow. Wow. That smells really good. And they cooked agave notes on this as it is freaking amazing anyways. So, wow. Yeah, definitely agave is still there. But then you get this really nice, vanilla, caramel, and you get this like sweet prune kind of notes coming through, like dried what is it, plums, like dried plums, or like sweet fruit notes that come through from the sherry. So sherry I thought had kind of like a dates, prunes kind of flavor profile to it. So that really blends nicely with the cooked agave and with the vanilla and caramel on this. It's absolutely amazing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pour a little bit more of this, and just a little bit. All right. That was really good. All of these so far are definite wins. Nothing that I'm like, oh. Wow. Yeah. Oh. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Now, you know something too? Somebody that likes like a Clase Azul or something along the lines of that, they would love this. It literally, so rich with the vanilla and caramel notes, and it's not like, artificial stuff because it's coming from the wood. But they would love this. They seriously, if you have friends that you've been trying to convert over to natural tequila, buy some blancos, drop some staves in there, give it a couple weeks, and then give them a taste. This stuff is wow. And no burn. I mean, the wood takes the burn out anyways. But this is really good. Wow. Yeah. Vanilla, caramel, little ripe like fruit, like prune, and like, yeah, it's like a prune, dates, little apricotish even. Wow, that's really good. I like it. I like it a lot. So all of them so far are great. I like them. I could drink them as they are right now, but we're gonna let them sit. We're gonna be patient. We're gonna let them sit, and we're gonna see what happens if we give them another week. So which one? I know you guys, other guys have bought staves and stuff. Have you guys dropped them in anything yet? What's going on? Have you tasted anything? You know, I want to hear what you guys are doing too, and how things are coming out. But these are working out great. I'm really pleased. I'm gonna have some really good tequilas. You guys want to come over and have some tequila and cigars with me? We can drink these, and you'll love them. They'll be great. Definitely try it. Definitely, if you haven't gone to bbaging.com and gotten some staves to try, I guarantee you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it. It's gonna work out great, and you're gonna be like, "Oh wow, Hombre really turned me on to something really cool here." So these are gonna be good. I'm really looking forward to it. Any other questions? Any other things you guys want to talk about with the aging stuff? No? All right. Well, I'm really pleased. So I think you guys are going to really enjoy. Those of you that bought them are going to really enjoy using them. So, all right. So let me see some other things we can talk about. I'm going to do the Hombre Cave review tomorrow. That should be really good. Don't forget, we have a. Oh wait, here. JCS said, I recently started aging a Tapatio Blanco on day 2. Okay, good. Give it a week and then try it. Let me know what you think. Okay, I'm excited to hear that. Jan said his staves are supposed to come Friday, hopefully, but can't wait to get started on the yeah, I can't wait for you to get started on it too. And please keep me posted. Let us know. Come here on the live streams and let us know how they're coming along and what you think. Okay, I'd be excited to hear what you did and what your thoughts are on it. Really, you guys, click that like up, click the thumbs up button. Give me a like for doing this with you guys today. Help me out. Help a brother out. What does that tell me when to be on my way? Okay, yeah, just come on down. You're only what, 5 hours away? How far is Fresno from here? Probably 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, probably right around there. I was gifted a Zacaro mezcal. See if a stable. Oh yeah, that stuff. It tastes like a burnt truck tire. It's horrible. Yeah, mezcal. Yeah, I've tried it. I've tried the Zacaro. It's bad. It tastes like you're licking a truck tire after a traffic accident. Hitting a week tomorrow and you're all Luchador 110. Old not pull it out, dude. Let's try it now. Seriously, take a little sip now. Do it, Ray. We want to hear about it. Go grab it, take a sip. Tell us what you think. Where you're at, just about a week. You're 5 hours by plane. Okay, yeah, a 5 hour plane flight. That's going to be very economical for you. Jan, you're in Florida, right? Yeah, that's a 5 hour flight, definitely. Well, it depends. If you get a good tailwind, you can get here a little earlier. What's the rarest bottle in the cave? We're not going to get into that now. I've got some stuff in here that you guys never heard of. We'll do that when we do like a tour video later on. What's the longest you've aged a tequila and was it good? The longest I've aged one was just about a year. And that's this one here, the El Consuelo. It was with cherry wood. And yeah, it turned out good. I was like, wow. But it's very light because the cherry wood didn't impart flavor. It took a long time to impart the flavor on it. But it turned out good, and it was just about a year. Oh, yeah, really nice. Do it. Do what? I always drop a stave in a 1-year-old bourbon to see if it works on them, too. Oh, yeah, nice. It'll work on bourbons. You can do cocktails, too. People do use them in cocktails. Like Negronis and stuff like that. They'll do like make a picture of Negronis and stuff, or and then put a stave in it. Come on, you guys, click the thumbs up button. Give me a like for sharing this information with you guys. Doesn't cost anything to click the thumbs up button. There's 18 people and over 7 likes. Come on, you can give me more likes than that. I like the likes. Yeah, it'll definitely help. It'll help everything. Bourbons. You can drop it because originally, I guess he really did it for cocktails. And that's what originally like the small home barrels were for doing like Negronis and stuff like that in them. And then you can, dispense it out of the barrel after it's had a little time to age in it. But it wasn't really meant to age like you're doing your own bourbon or doing your own tequila or anything like that, those personal barrels. But these staves work great for that. And they really do impart a really wonderful flavor. And I've been working with Chris on these for a while, experimenting testing things and seeing what things really work well and what doesn't. So if you look, the number 3 toast was what we came out with after we tried everything and experimented, and it works really well. It really does. You guys are gonna love it. Ever purchased a used tequila barrel? No, I would never buy a used tequila barrel, because by that point it's like garbage. It's junk. Because after the tequila people use it, there's nothing left in that wood. It's depleted. They use it until they can't use it anymore. It's done. I wouldn't do that. The only thing you could do is get tequila flavoring from it, and if I wanted that, I'd just buy a bottle. I don't need to buy a whole barrel. You bought a used tequila barrel? Yeah, there's people that buy them, and that's what they make these little crappy barrels out of. They'll buy these used tequila barrels where everything's depleted out of them and the wood's practically gray, and then they sand them down and then rechar them and then sell them to you for $35 as personal barrels after they reshape them and stuff. They'll make like 3 barrels out of it, sell them for $35-$40 a piece, and they make money on the crap barrels that they bought. But I would never buy a used tequila barrel for anything. There's tons of them. I mean, every time I go to the distillery, they're all laying around everywhere, but they're not in good. They're not barrels you would ever want to use for anything anymore. Matter of fact, like Cascouine, their barrels they've used like for 30 years. They're all like old, and they just keep using them and using them and using them. Just rechar the wood, use it, rechar, and it's just, doesn't really work out well. Oh, give me a like. Oh. He's like, I did. I'm like, oh wait, no. I think he was talking about getting a barrel, but he's like, no, I gave you a like. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for giving me a like. I appreciate it, Scott. Oh, for a cool day. Yeah, they're not in good shape by that point. They're not in good shape. What you could do for a cool decoration is, you see there's a barrel. That's a barrel lid right there. But it wasn't really a real barrel lid. They just, had barrel lids made and then they engraved it. So you can't see what that says from the camera, but that's a single barrel Corazon de Agave barrel lid that I got. So that's like a souvenir one for like the Tequila Den thing. But I wouldn't because it's just going to be dirty and gross. They don't look that great after it was used for, anywhere from 10 to 25 years for bourbon, and then it was used probably another 25-30 years for tequila, and they don't look good enough to use for a decoration, so I wouldn't recommend that. So can you reuse the staves? Yes. I don't rinse it off. No, I don't rinse them off at all. You don't need to rinse them off. Hola, Frankesh. Bienvenido, welcome. Glad you can make it. My Tesoros at 30 days today is better than last week. Oh, nice. So you've got a full month. And which would you used American oak on that? You used El Tesoro with the American oak? Oh, thanks for thank you. I'm glad you like the lid. You can't really see it because it blurs out the back. My camera blurs out the background, but Let me see if maybe if I turn the light on back there. Yeah, you can't really tell. It doesn't focus it. But it's a Corazon de Agave barrel lid. We bought 2 barrels for them for the collective, the Tequila Barrel and Agave, my group, where we do special batches and stuff. We got a batch of a barrel that was Corazon de Agave aged in a Blanton's barrel, and that was at our Añejo, and we did an Eagle Rare barrel. That was our repo, and I went and handpicked them and found like the best barrels. Those were 2 of the best ones that they had. So those were our first 2 buys for the collective as a group when I first formed it. Now it's been going strong. We have probably like I think 7 different special batches and barrels and stuff that are coming in this year for the members. It's going to be really good. American oak. Okay, cool. All right. So it's tasting good. What kind of notes are you picking up on it? You're gonna let it go for 1 more month? Oh, okay. Was it still really rich in the wood notes, or is it just a little bit right now? You thought it was a symbol for a drum kit? No, it's got a Ray Sol sticker on it. That's all. That's what the shiny part is. That's a Ray Sol 10-year sticker that I took off of a box. I just stuck it to it because you know the San Matias makes Ray Sol too. American oak. Okay, cool. So what kind of notes are you getting on it, Johnny? Did you pull a little taster? Who was it? Who was that? Who else did I tell to do? Oh, Ray. Dude, did you pull a sample of that one that's just about a week? For the El Luchador 110? I want to hear how that's coming along. Paging Ray Elizondo. Ray Elizondo. Paging Ray Elizondo. Ray Elizondo. Are you there? He's like, yeah, I'm pulling some right now. Hold on. But I'm interested, Johnny, what are you looking for more in it to give it another month? Is it not enough vanilla and caramel to it yet, or barrel notes, or what more are you looking for it from it? Yeah, it's still pretty rich in wood, but your second drink tasted like it was mellowing out. Yeah, okay. So let it go a little longer, see if it gets a little stronger. Oh yeah, the Tesoro is always is good. Absolutely. What would you do if your aging becomes a bit over oaked? Yeah, absolutely. Add more Blanco to it if I needed to, but you really don't need to worry about that. It really won't get to the point where it's over oaked with these. Because these were meant for 750 milliliter bottles. So it really won't get to the point where it's over oaked. It'll get depleted before anything gets over oaked. Well, it all depends too on what you consider over oaked, but normally when something's over oaked, for me, it's got like a big rich oak flavor to it, where these don't really depart that. They don't really give that to it. So it's coming out great. Just tasted it using a second use French oak. French oak. Okay. Still a bit hot. Oh, okay. That's right. You're using the old El Luchador 110. You're trying to make it mellow it out, because that old El Luchador 110 from 1480 was hot. It burned. I forgot you were using that for this. El Luchador is good. Yes, it's great tequila. The new stuff is great. The El Luchador Repo is one of my favorite reposados, and the new 110 out of the new Nam, not 1480, but the other one, is amazing. It's really good. Yeah, El Luchador is a top brand. Is it? It's pretty rich in vanilla and caramel, but still a little wood aftertaste, but definitely more mellow. Okay. Yeah, the Repo is amazing. Absolutely. El Luchador Repo is fantastic. It's so complex and delicious. You won't find any other Repo like that. It's so good. I would say that even this Viva Mexico port is probably looking pretty close to that as far as complexity goes with that port. It's looking really good, and so is the Carrera with the sherry. Wow, that one's really good. These are going to be really good. I know I'm probably going to be doing these again because I'm liking the way they're tasting so far. So I'm going to give them each another week, and we'll see where we're at next week. I may be sitting here on the live stream next Tuesday pulling staves. Because I think these are going to be really good. So remember, for those of you that are new and aren't familiar with what we're using to age these, it's bbaging.com. It's the aging staves. Number 3 toast is what you're looking for on either American or French oak. Those are the ones that I find work the best. This is cherry, and it's good, but it just took way too long to get to the point where it's like, okay, this is where I want to drink it. This is a year, and I think this is perfect after looking at just about a year. Yeah, no, definitely grab a bottle. And then when you do, let me know what you think. You can watch my review on it on the Tequila Hombre channel. I reviewed it there. This cherry one's pretty good. It took 11 and a half months, 11 and 3/4 months to get here. All right, any other questions, any other comments, any other thing that we can talk about today before we end up wrapping this up? What else can we talk about? What is that? I think you said before you used to drink bourbon. What turned you into a tequila drinker? Yeah, I was a bourbon drinker, and we had a timeshare in Mexico, and so I started drinking tequila when I was there, and we went tequila tasting in town and started just drinking some good stuff, and I was like, wow, this stuff's really good. And so I really kind of fell in love with the flavor profile. And so then when I came back, I started researching it more. And then one of the things that I'm kind of really good at is connecting with people and connecting people. And so I started meeting the producers and the brands and stuff, and I really just fell in love with the culture, the history. I fell in love with the spirit because you can drink a Blanco, Repo, Añejo, Extra Añejo. I found bourbon gave me indigestion a lot too, where I don't really get that from here. Tequila seems to be not as hot as a lot of the bourbons were, where it felt like it was ripping a hole in my stomach. And I just enjoyed the flavor and enjoyed drinking them more. So I just said, okay, and became a tequila guy. And now my bourbons I just use for aging, or for my seasoning the staves before they go into aging projects. So that's pretty much why I went from bourbon into. But I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, and lived right next door to Kentucky, and bourbon was the thing, and so I was big into Blanton's, and I loved Jack Daniels. I was a big Jack Daniels fan. Woodford Reserve, Angel's Envy. I had all kinds of stuff. What's that one that's Four Roses. I had a bunch of different Eagle Rare, of course. Bunch of good bourbons. But I just fell in love with tequila and moved strictly to tequila. Any good stores in West LA, Mark, without me having to drive down to High Times Wine? I'll be in LA tomorrow. Yeah, actually, yeah. Ramirez Liquors. There's 2 of them in downtown LA, or off of Soto Street. which isn't too far from West LA there. Both of them are really good. There's a big superstore, and then there's a little like the original store. They have a really nice, massive selection of good tequilas and mezcals there. So I recommend anybody that goes to LA to check out Ramirez Liquor, whether they're what distillery tour stands out to you? Well, Fortaleza does the tour thing right. Fortaleza's tour is really good, and so is Jose Cuervo with their La Rojena tour. That was really good. It was a really good tour. But those are two some of the best tours. You don't understand, these tequila places, they don't normally do tours. They're not in the tourist business, so they don't have like tours. They just, normally it's some guy there that's like, hey, yeah, come on in, you know, but he speaks Spanish, doesn't speak English. He's like, and you know, that's the equipment, you know, and it's kind of like that. So it's not like going on a wine tour where they, you know, have a tourist thing set up and they sell you tickets. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. Fortaleza is more like that. That's very touristy because they like to bring the tourist people in, and then they actually charge like full rate on everything that you buy there at their store and stuff. So they got you coming in. They'll get you. But it's a beautiful tour, beautiful property. They do a good job. They have tour guides. They have people that are tour guides. That's what they do. So that's like one of the best tours in the area there, is doing the Fortaleza tour. All right, that's the one I did, right? Okay, I already answered that. Okay. So Fortaleza is the one you got to go on because it's like one of the best put together tours. And then you can actually buy bottles of stuff there. You know, they have a shop that they'll sell you bottles to take with you. So if you're like, hey, I can't find Fortaleza anywhere, we'll just go take a tour and then you can buy it from there. And there's actually a Fortaleza museum in Tequila where sometimes they have stock there, inventory there. And then El Bujo in Tlaquepaque normally has the Los Abuelos and the Fortaleza that you can buy there. For those of you that are stuck on. Have I tried the Kokoro Joven? It's delicious. You like it? I wasn't a fan. At $150 a bottle? No, I wasn't a fan. I would rather drink the Corrado. I have it. I have the Limitada and the regular. I thought the regular was actually better than the Limitada. But they were looking at like $150 for that, and I was like, yeah, no. So originally we were going to look to doing a buy for the collective, but it missed. I wasn't a fan of it, so. But I'm glad you like it. I mean, if you think it's delicious, keep drinking it. I just wasn't a fan. You can see my review on both the regular Kokoro and the Kokoro Limitada on the channel. They call it a Joven because they couldn't call it Blanco, but all they did was soak cooked Weber Blue Agave in it. But the Corrado from La Alteña blows it away. Yeah, the price is not. Yeah, for $150, I'm like, the Corrado is way better, and it's like half price. The Corrado Weber Blue is amazing. I love it. I'll take that over that. I mean, you get the cool ceramic jug because that one's actually ceramic. The first one they did was painted glass. The second one was ceramic, so it's a cool ceramic jug. But $150, they're on drugs. And sorry, you know, if I think his name's Frank, if Frank is watching, I think Frank's the owner. I speak the truth. I'm sorry. Corrado's amazing. Yeah. And it's cheap. It's like $46. It's cheap. It's inexpensive, or $49.99 or something, like 50 something bucks. It's inexpensive. You could buy 3 bottles for what they charge for that limitada. That Kokoro limitada for 150 bucks. All right, you guys, anything else that I can answer for you before we call it a night? All right, don't forget, tomorrow we have Q&A with the Hombre on the Tequila Hombre channel. Hopefully you guys will show up for that if you can do it noontime tomorrow. And then Thursday we have, or Friday we have the live stream for the weekend here on the Hombre Cave. So we'll be talking about some other things there. We'll be kind of visiting with the Hombre Cave, which I'll review probably tomorrow and put that up. So I'll spend some time with it, so then we can talk about it on Friday. And then we'll talk some football, Bengals and Chiefs and Eagles, Niners. So it should be a good episode on Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you, or great week, rest of your week. Thanks for showing up tonight. I appreciate you guys. I really do. And like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So let's drink the right stuff, all right? Salute. Good night, guys.